Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Jadi kali ini saya akan mempresentasikan PPT saya terkait kimia in geological process. So, weathering and erosion process. Chemical reaction in rock weathering. Rock weathering is the process of breaking down rocks into smaller particles. The first one, oxidation process. For example, irons in rocks will react with oxygen to form rust, which causes rocks to become brittle and easily destroyed. The second one, in the hydrolysis process, ions in water can react with rock minerals to form new, more stable minerals. This process often occurs in rocks containing feldspar. Chemical reaction and rock weathering have a significant impact on soil formation and rock changes. The first one, new minerals. Chemical reaction produce new minerals that are more stable and form the mineral components of soil. The second one, weathering. Chemical reaction causes rocks to become weathered. Their size becomes smaller and their surface area become larger. There is mineral formation. The first one, evaporation. When a mineral-rich solution evaporates, the mineral concentration increases until it reaches the saturation point. As a result, minerals begin to precipitate to form crystals. For example, table salt is formed from evaporated seawater. The second one, cooling. The mineral-rich hot solution will cool slowly. When the temperature drops, the solubility of minerals decreases, so minerals precipitate to form crystals. This process usually occurs in the formation of minerals from magma. And then there is an example of minerals in their chemical reaction. The first one is halite or NaCl. Halite is formed through the process of evaporation of seawater. When seawater evaporates, the concentration of sodium or Na+ and chloride Cl- ions increase until it reaches the saturation points. At this point, the ions will combine to form halite crystals. The second one, there is calcite or CaCO3. Calcite is formed through various processes, one of which is precipitation from seawater, which is rich in calcium or Ca2+, and carbonate CO3 ions. This process often occurs in warm and shallow marine environment. The third one is hematite or Fe2O3. Hematite is an iron oxide mineral that is formed through the oxidation process of other iron minerals such as pyrite or FeS2. When pyrite is exposed to water and air, the iron in pyrite will react with oxygen to form hematite. And then there is rock cycle. First one, igneous rocks. Crystallization. Molten magma is rich in dissolved minerals. As the magma cools, these minerals begin to crystallize from solutions. This crystallization process involves complex chemical reaction where minerals ions arrange themselves in regular patterns to form crystals. And then magma differentiation. Before crystallization, magma can undergo differentiation. Heavier minerals tend to precipitate first, while lighter minerals remain at the top. This process involves chemical reaction between different minerals. And then there is sedimentary rocks. Chemical weathering. Rock exposed to the Earth's surface will experience chemical weathering by water, air, and acids produced by organisms. This process involves chemical reaction between mineral in rocks and substance in the surrounding environment. And then diagenesis. On sediment or deposit, they undergo the process of diagenesis. This process involves various chemical reactions such as cementation, adhesion between sediment grains and new minerals, compaction or volume reduction due to pressure, and recrystallization or change in size and shape of mineral crystals. And then for the last, there is metamorphic rocks. Crystallization rocks built deep in the earth will experience very high temperatures and pressure. This condition causes the mineral in the rock to become unstable and experience recrystallizations. The atoms in the mineral will rearrange to form a new mineral that is more stable under these conditions. And then contact metamorphosis. Rock located around magma intrusions can undergo contact metamorphic. The heat from magma will cause chemical changes in the surrounding rocks, such as dehydration, loss of water, and the formation of new minerals. And then there is chemical change that occur during the formation. The first one, temperature and pressure. The deeper we go into the earth, the higher the temperature and pressure. This condition minerals to become unstable and undergo chemical reactions to form more stable minerals. And the second one is fluids. Hot water containing dissolved minerals can circulate through rocks. This interaction between fluid and rock can cause significant chemical changes. And the third one, there is radioactivity. Radioactivity elements in this cake emit heat that can trigger chemical reaction and change the composition of rocks. And then there is a real example of the application of chemistry in geology. The first one is rock composition analysis. Knowing the chemical composition of rocks is essential for a variety of applications, such as mineral exploration, environmental geology, and construction. There is mass spectrometry. This technique is used to identify and measure isotopes in rock samples, which can provide information about the age of the rock and the geological process that occur. Then there is atomic absorption spectrophotometry. This technique is used to measure the concentration of element in rock sample by measuring the amount of light absorbed by the atoms. And then there is effects of chemistry on geotechnical stability of slabs and buildings. The first one, there is recrystallization. Rocks buried deep in the earth will experience very high temperature and pressure. This condition causes the minerals in the rock to become unstable and experience recrystallizations. The atoms in the mineral will rearrange themselves to form a new mineral that is more stable under these conditions. The second one is contact metamorphics. Rock located around magma intrusions can undergo contact metamorphic. The heat from magma will cause chemical change in the surrounding rocks, such as dehydration, loss of water, and the formation of new minerals. There is metal extraction. Metal extraction is one of the most obvious examples of the application of chemistry in geology. This process involves a series of chemical reactions to separate the metal from its ore. The first one is leaching. The process of dissolving metal minerals from are using chemical solutions. For example, gold can be extracted using cyanide solutions. The second one, flotation. The processes of separating minerals based on different in their surface properties. Valuable minerals will stick to air bubbles and float to the surface, while impurity minerals will sink. There is challenge geologists face in using chemistry. First one, complexity of natural system. Geological processes are very complex and involve many interacting chemical, physical, and biological. Understanding these interactions strongly is a major challenge. Number two, technological limitations. Although chemical analysis technology is becoming increasingly sophisticated, there are still limitations in detecting and measuring element concentrations in very small quantities or in extreme environment conditions. Number three, spatial and temporal variability. The chemical composition of rocks and soil can vary significantly from one location to another and over time, making it difficult to generalize. And the solution is first, bioremediation. Using microorganisms to degrade pollution into less harmful substance. For example, certain bacteria can break down cyanide compounds into nitrogen and oxygen. The second one, phytoremediation. Using plants to absorb and accumulate pollutions from soil or water. Hyperaccumulator plants can absorb heavy metals in high concentrations. The third one, wastewater treatment. Using chemical process to treat mine wastewater before it is discharged into the environment. This process can involve precipitations, coagulations, filtration, and adsorptions. And the last one is stabilizations and solidifications. Convert pollutions into a form that is more stable and less easily spread. For example, mixing toxic waste with a binding agent to form a solid mass. Jadi sekian presentasi dari saya mengenai chemistry in geological process. Mohon maaf bila ada salah kata. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.